I left home that Monday with the feeling it would be just another day. As usual, I had my coffee in hand, my headphones on, and my motivational playlist blasting at full volume. I walked quickly, already on autopilot, paying little attention to the world around me. When I got to the office, I noticed something odd. The lobby was decorated with Christmas lights. Already, I thought. But it was just a fleeting detail, barely registering in the rush of the day. I greeted Tomas, who was, as always, early at his desk. "Didn't oversleep today," he said with his usual sarcasm. I replied with a smile. "Monday miracles." Anna was already at her desk, focused on her computer. "Another endless Monday?" I asked, trying to cheer her up. She just sighed, briefly glancing up to nod. I sat down at my desk and started on my usual tasks. Everything seemed calm. But mid-morning, the atmosphere shifted. An email from Carlos, our boss, hit everyone's inbox at the same time. "Urgent meeting in 10 minutes." I felt a chill run through me. It wasn't like Carlos to call sudden meetings, especially not on a Monday. I looked at Anna. She seemed just as puzzled. The meeting room was full, but the silence was almost absolute. Everyone was tense, staring at their phones or the ceiling, waiting for Carlos to arrive. When he walked in, he carried his laptop and wore his characteristic "this isn't up for debate" expression. Unfortunately, the company is facing economic challenges. Some positions will need to be cut, he said bluntly. The air grew heavy. I looked around, searching for reactions. Anna was pale, and Tomas crossed his arms tightly, as if holding back a comment. I simply couldn't believe what I was hearing. Back at our desks, the tension was still palpable. I opened the internal chat and wrote to Anna. "Do you have any idea who's on the list?" She replied instantly. "No, but this doesn't look good." Carlos was way too serious. Tomas, trying to lighten the mood, cracked a joke that barely drew some nervous smiles. "What if the cuts include the boss? That'd be the only good news this week." Nobody replied, but deep down, we all knew there was more to this announcement. It was almost lunchtime when my heart skipped a beat. An email from HR popped into my inbox. "Please come to Carlos' office." I looked up and saw Anna, who had already read the message on my face. "Is it what I think it is?" she asked with a trembling voice. I just nodded. Tomas patted me on the shoulder. "Good luck, buddy." The walk to Carlos' office felt endless. Each step was like a sentence. When I entered, I saw someone from HR sitting next to him, and I knew. Carlos didn't waste time with formalities. "We regret that you're part of this process. It's nothing personal," he began, as if reading from a script. I tried to stay composed, but I couldn't help asking, "Why me? I've always given my best." Carlos barely looked at me. "It was a tough decision, but it's based on the business's needs," he said monotonously. They handed me an envelope with the details of my dismissal, but I could barely focus on the words. Everything was just a buzzing noise in my head. Back at my desk, Anna was waiting for me with worried eyes. "Did they fire you?" she asked softly. I nodded without saying a word. I started packing my things, putting everything I'd accumulated over the years into a box. A mug with motivational quotes, a small cactus Tomas had given me. Every item seemed to carry the weight of my memories. "This isn't fair," Anna muttered, while Tomas frowned in agreement. But there wasn't much to say. It was my last hour there, and I didn't know how to process it. As I walked out with my box, I saw something that froze me. Ricardo, one of the newer employees, chatting and laughing with Carlos. They both seemed in their own world, completely detached from the tense atmosphere in the office. I couldn't help but think, why is he still here? Ricardo had only been with the company for a few months, and his performance wasn't exactly stellar. Something didn't add up, but at that moment, I couldn't prove anything. At home, I checked my email one last time. Among the messages, I found one that shouldn't have been there, an internal exchange where someone questioned whether Ricardo was ready for a promotion. My mind started racing with questions. A promotion. During layoffs, I saved the email as evidence. Maybe it was the first piece of a much larger puzzle. I couldn't sleep that night. My mind replayed the day's events over and over. Was there more to my firing? I thought about the knowing looks between Carlos and Ricardo, the jokes in the hallways, the little details that now seemed more important. Anna sent me a short message. "Count on me for whatever you need. This isn't over." Those words gave me strength. I decided I wasn't going to sit back and let this slide. The next morning, I sat down with my coffee and reopened the email I'd received by mistake. It wasn't much information, but it was enough to fuel my suspicions. I remembered what Tomas had told me before I left. If you need help, just say the word. Maybe I wasn't as alone in this as I thought. As I got ready for the day, an idea started forming in my mind. I'm going to uncover the truth. I can't let this go. I gathered my courage and reached out to several colleagues. Some knew nothing, but others seemed to know more than they were letting on. Nobody dared to speak openly. Something was going on, but the fear of retaliation was palpable. On one hand, I felt like I was on the right track, but on the other, a sense of danger loomed. I knew this investigation would cost me, but I wasn't willing to let the doubt eat away at me. As the day went on, Tomas approached me, more serious than ever. "I know something fishy is going on, and I want to help. If you need evidence or anything, count on me." His offer made me feel a bit more at ease, like I wasn't entirely alone in this. That night, while going through more emails, something caught my eye. A message from Ricardo confirming his promotion and thanking Carlos for his unconditional support. My mind started connecting the dots. What did this all mean? The pieces were starting to fit, but something crucial was still missing to take the next step. That night, I had a couple of beers with Tomas, and we started analyzing everything. "I think there's more to this than just a layoff," I said. Tomas looked at me seriously and replied, "I know, and I want to find out the truth too." The mystery was deepening, and the answers were still elusive. Something big was about to happen. That night, as everything became clearer, I realized what lay ahead wouldn't be easy. My investigation wasn't just about uncovering the truth. It could also put me in danger. But there was something in me that I couldn't ignore, the need to know. And I was willing to go all the way, no matter the cost.